She told me I was scamming people. Me, because I wouldn't give a stranger my dining table for 30 bucks. And then she left a one-star review calling me a con artist. So yeah, we need to talk about this. Okay, so some backstory. I moved into a smaller apartment last spring, and I had this dining set I absolutely loved but could not physically fit anymore. Solid wood table, 6 chairs, barely 3 years old. I'd paid over 800 for the set, so I listed it on one of those local buy-sell apps for 350. Honestly generous, right? I wanted it gone to someone who'd actually use it, not just tossed. Within an hour, I get a message from a woman, I'll call her Dana. Dana says she's very interested. Could we talk? Sure, Dana, let's talk. She seemed normal at first. Friendly, even. She asked a couple of questions about the wood, the condition, whether the chairs wobbled, all totally reasonable. I sent her extra photos. She said, and I quote, "This is gorgeous. I love it." Great, cool, we're on the same page. Then she made her offer. Dana's opening offer was $30. 30? For a full dining set she just called gorgeous. I actually laughed out loud, alone in my apartment, like, involuntary laugh. I wrote back and said I appreciated her interest, but I wasn't going below 275, and honestly, that was already me being flexible. She comes back with, "I can do 50, but you'd need to deliver it and help set it up. I'm a single mom." Okay, I hear that, I really do. And I want to be careful how I say this. Being a single mom doesn't mean someone owes you furniture, delivery, and free labor for $50. I said, as kindly as I could manage, that delivery wasn't something I could offer, but I'd hold it for a few days if she could arrange a truck. And that's when it shifted. She says, "You know, most people on here just give stuff away. You're being really greedy for someone who's basically throwing it out anyway." Throw it out, my $800 table that she called gorgeous 12 minutes ago. I told her the listing price was fair and I wished her luck finding something in her budget. Very calm, very professional. I figured that was that. Nope, she's back 20 minutes later. Fine, 100, final offer, that's all it's worth used. And then, this is the part that gets me, my kids eat at that table every night, so really you'd be doing it for them. I don't even know where to start with that sentence. I said, "I'm sorry, I can't go below 250, that's my final number." I gave her a specific price, a specific out. She had a real option. She didn't take it. Dana's next message was not a counteroffer. It was a paragraph, a whole paragraph. "Sellers like you are what's wrong with this community. You're price gouging people who actually need things. Real people, families, while you just want to profit off furniture you don't even want anymore. Shame on you. Price gouging on my own dining table that I'm selling voluntarily, at less than half what I paid." And look, I sat with that for a second. I genuinely did, because I don't like conflict and I don't like being called names, but something about shame on you from someone who opened with $30 just. It snapped something. I wrote back, "Dana, I listed this at a fair price. I came down twice, and I offered to hold it for you. You've called me greedy, implied the table is worthless, and now you'd like me to feel shame. I'm going to pass. Good luck with your search." And then, because I absolutely should have stopped there but didn't, I added, "Also, if the table's only worth $30 used, I'd think carefully about what that says about your initial offer." Was that last line necessary? No. Did I send it anyway? Yes, and I'm not fully sorry. She responded with a string of messages calling me typical, heartless, and my favorite, clearly never struggled a day in your life. Then silence. I thought it was over. 3 days later, I get a notification from the app. A review, 1 star. This seller is a scammer and a con artist. Listed furniture at inflated prices and was rude and hostile when I tried to negotiate. Reported to the platform. Do not buy from her. So now I'm a con artist for not selling my table for $30. Here's the thing about that platform, though. Every review links to the message thread, the full thread, which means anyone who reads her review can tap straight through to see the entire conversation. Every message, including the part where she told me the table was gorgeous, including her offering $50 and asking me to deliver it and set it up, including "shame on you." I flagged the review as retaliatory and included screenshots, but honestly, I didn't need to. Within 2 hours, 3 strangers had commented on her review, not my friends, random people. One of them wrote, "I read the thread. She offered $30, then called the seller heartless. This review is not credible." Another one wrote, "The seller came down twice. This reads like buyer's remorse over a negotiation you lost." And the platform removed her review. Right there, same day, I watched the notification come through. Her account got flagged for review abuse. I didn't even have to say another word. The thread did all of it. I sold the table that weekend, full 250, to a couple who showed up with a truck, carried it out themselves, and texted me a photo of it set up in their kitchen. No drama, zero, just people being normal. But Dana's messages are still sitting in my inbox, and I still think about that last line I sent, the petty one, the one I didn't need to send. Honestly, though, was I too harsh? Comment below.